Right, so we're just going to get this lobby set up. We're going to be doing a 2v2. There was a little bit of confusion over whether we were doing a 3v3 or not, but just to explain, both teams could not field all 4 players today, so we will just be having a 2v2. But we are going to be playing on the same system, so it's going to be interesting because it's going to be harder. There's so much more to control, so many less players to do it with, and we'll see what happens.
Alrighty. So is this is Promethean's home system, isn't it?
Yeah, man, hot sausage and buns.
Oh wow.
Classic.
I like it. Lost choke points by the look of it, so...
Do you like the system, Marshall?
I do. I think it's going to be quite interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting. Don't know where the spawns are, but Mex looks interesting. I keep saying.
Pings coming out from Promethean. Take a little look over at Buns. This is small to medium-sized moon, very little metal, quite lumpy.
3 Haleys.
It's always a bit confusing when they have Haleys on a 2-planet system. But I guess our Buns won't destroy the planet, will it? It will just destroy an area. So there is that.
We're not in beta anymore where a planet smash would kill everything on a planet.
I'm still used to that, Marshall. I still haven't got it out of my head.
Anyway, here come the players.
Hello and welcome everybody, I'm ZaphodX and we are here with the last fixture in Clan Wars Season 1, Promethean versus Pag. This is Clan Wars presented by eSports.com. I'm ZaphodX and I'm joined here by Marshall.
Hello, yes, and it is the Promethean's home system. We're doing a 2v2 this time as neither team was able to field all 4 players, so slightly different for Clan Wars. But all the same, it's going to make for an interesting fight because all of these spawns are so very far apart, Zaphod. They have miles and miles between them.
Yeah, they really are. So there's going to be a lot of action because they are so far apart. They're going to be able to get a lot of map control on their own. Excuse me. I'll let you take over, Marshall.
Okie dokie, Zaphod dear. Right, so... looking into the builds, this Promethean player here has gone double bots, which is interesting. So he's going to have more mobile units earlier on, but they're going to pack less of a punch when they get to a choke point if the other teams have gone to tanks. They've then gone for air and then fully fledged tanks, so by that point they'll probably have a teleporter up and staging post and all that. The other Promethean player, meanwhile, also gone for bots, air, and followed that up with vehicles. I think it might be wise for these players to actually pop out a Pelican or 2 because they can use that as a transport to send some fabricators here, there and everywhere to grab little bits of metal and set up bases. This Pag player down here on bots, air and then following that up with vehicles as well, so the bots for the high mobility and early expansions, and the other Pag player there, well, they've all gone the same, bots, air and then vehicles, so it seems to be pretty standard. I'm surprised again we don't see Pelicans because, you know, why not send a fabricator to a random bit to set up an annoying
Pelicans would be so powerful because the map is pretty large and they're so fast. I'm actually a little shocked we haven't seen any already. Looking at the eco, Patar and Matisse took a quick lead, but I think Promethean's catching up here, so there's really not too much between them, but building a lot more metal early on from Pag. Not so important because power often still a limiting factor, I think.
But, you know, I mean, for example, over here, they're going to have that entire peninsula, and then they'll have the choke point as well next to it. And they've already got tanks taking this choke point and that choke point, so this player's pretty well established there, and he'll... I mean, personally, I feel as though we'll see a fair bit of T2 bots here with sniper bots. I think they're going to be incredibly useful. And, oh my giddy goodness, this player has queued up an orbital factory. You what?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I think that's good. We're approaching 5 minutes. That's when it's going to start coming out. So it's not an early game rush that's going to hamper them too badly. It's something they can squeeze in there while they're concentrating a lot on all these factories and all these units and all this pressure. And maybe they can sneak it out without them noticing. Because I would not be surprised if PAG neglects orbital or orbital radar for the majority of the game. They'll probably go for a big land fight, and if they don't notice that Buns has been taken over, then that could be their downfall.
Yeah, well, yeah, as you say, Yankers are pretty annoying.
Wow, T2 coming up already. Really early T2 at 5 minutes here. There's an advanced vehicle factory coming up from PAG.
Personally, I'm surprised it's vehicles. Meanwhile, we have got bots moving in over there, taking out a mechs. Going to want to retreat there, unless they want to. Well, actually, no. If they do retreat, they might be able to take out those fabricators. A little bit of wiggle docks, wiggle docks. Oh, dear,
that was a pretty poor micro. Oh, they have one dots coming in from the other side. Chases down one engineer. Oh, one more shot. No.
That was a shame. So that mech does get completed, and the following ones will as. Oh, maybe not.
Doesn't matter. More disruption, and another group coming in here, and they're stopping PAG getting that expansion they want to, beginning to close the gap a little bit, beginning to get large groups of their units that have been filtering across the map right now. I'd like to see them expand out a little bit more and capture some of their mechs, maybe even some more production. If we look over at the army tab, we have 130 mobile forces to 90 in favour of Promethean. Now that's pretty even because they have a lot more docks, which are cheaper.
Yeah. However, they pack less of a punch.
Much less. 20% of the way through the T2 factory. 2 engineers building that now. So it's not going to be fast, but it's not going to be slow either. Looking over at the orbital launcher, already 60% of the way through that we have a commander and an engineer. So that's going to be finished really, really quickly. And we're going to see first orbital coming out nice and quickly from Promethean. Was that scouted? That wasn't scouted. There was a fighter that flew very close there, but they did not see that. So very important for as long as possible to make sure that PAG do not see they're going into orbit. Nice little bit of raiding just happened there from Promethean. Stopping the expansion again from PAG. If we look at PAG's eco right now, 220 to 180, they still have that lead. And I think they're going to try and maintain that the whole game.
I say personally, I'm surprised we see T2 vehicles first.
I
would have thought sniper bots would be better in a choke point situation.
What about Shellers though? Shellers with the long range.
Shellers with the long range, but I'm not sure about movement speeds. But personally, I would have imagined they were slower.
They are. They are. They're hard to kite as well.
Yeah. Whereas sniper bots, as long as you have radar, you can trade forces a lot better. Whereas Shellers, personally, I feel as though I need to move Shellers closer, whereas sniper bots have, I think, greater range.
We've just seen Astraeus leave the system now for Promethean. They picked up, I believe, an engineer. I couldn't catch it, but it looks like an engineer is just going to move over there. I would have moved my commander over, because this is such a large planet. The commander isn't going to be useful for raiding and fighting and protecting the base. I think he'll be more useful on Buns to build up quicker and to potentially defend against an incursion. They have landed there with the Astraeus. Please, they didn't pick anything up. Is there?
There's
a
a
bot fabber
in there.
Why can't we see it? Oh, it's a bot fabber because it's tiny. You can't see the bot fabbers. I can see the vehicle fabbers. Oh, they destroyed it. Yeah. They destroyed that. They dropped the engineer, immediately destroyed it. Now, so I'm almost certain that PAG doesn't have a deep space radar.
That was sneaky, but they do have the T2 completed, and they're starting it up in another base as well. And no, they do not have a deep space radar. So now what they'll hopefully maybe do is reclaim the orbital launcher as well, and then that will be a really, really sneaky move.
The thing is, though, you can see the image on the ground, and I have noticed that before when people have tried to reclaim it, and it is noticeable.
But it's less noticeable. It's more discreet.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You've got to be looking close. It's very easy to miss. So moving forwards aggressively, I'm liking the aggressive moves coming out from Promethean, moving in all their groups of units. And they have anti-air in the mix as well. So with long travel paths like this, you've got to have anti-air in the mix. Otherwise, you'll just get there and then they'll just bomb you before you have a chance to do anything about it.
Yeah, we just had that incident here. It has tons of docks bombed, or so many, I think, is what I was trying to say.
There's a lot of marks there on the floor. And looking over at the army tab again, currently leading 350 to 250 medal in favour of PAG, getting a good eco lead in terms of medal at least right now. Looking over at the army tab, leading 240 to 200, but we do see still quite a few docks in the mix for Promethean, which puts them behind in terms of how useful those units are. T2
really
units.
Aggressive commander push here. Sorry, I just wanted to say, because he might be surrounded there.
He is surrounded. He does have his units with him. He does have 2 turrets up as well, which helps. Like, a few walls right now, and he'll actually be okay, but he is obviously very vulnerable right now. We do see the T2s already come out. We have 3 shellers already on the field, and the T2 engineer, second T2 engineer has just been built, working on the T2 mechs. No doubt going to work on the T2 power probably soon. And that's going to explode their eco if they get access to that T2. And so the orbital investment, which is now starting to pay off here, as we see an air factory built and a couple of power gens actually built on the moon. They're not going to get that much of a payoff off those mechs compared to T2, which really will get your eco increased very, very quickly.
Yeah, and T2 tends to be more exponential as well. Or rather a steeper slope rather than exponential, but there we are.
Now if there was one Halley for the moon, they could use this, but with 3 Halleys, they're going to be able to notice. They're not going to be able to sneak it out of nowhere.
The orbital launcher is still unseen to PAG, so they are still unaware.
Ooh, lovely raiding going on here. About 25 docks just got killed by some bombers. Just got a big group of bombers and fighters, and they're raiding all the mechs here, getting great wins. And
that is a hefty number of bombers.
Yeah, doing a great job.
That is a hefty number of bombers. So much mechs going down, but the fighters are coming in.
Yeah,
they have to start running away. Oh dear. Oh, they could lose so many bombers here. Oh no.
And really good grouping there on the fighters. Are they not going to back off? What are they doing? They're just doing more raiding. They don't really care.
They didn't even kill that mech, unfortunately. Yeah, I would have said cut your losses and save up for a comm snipe, because this commander over here has very little anti-air.
Yeah.
He's only just beginning to build it, because I think he realises the threat he's
Yeah. He's only just started building that. He's realised they have a lot more bombers than they thought.
And they'll probably put up a flak with that T2 fabricator that's just arrived.
So at this stage, I think it's very important for Promethean to get up more fighters, because they can't lose the air game right now, or they'll have all of their unprotected mechs harassed.
Interesting we see catapult from that little forward commander there, but oh gosh, here are the bombers. Here are the bombers. What are they going to try and do? Are they going to try and go in?
They can't go on the commander. There's not even nearly enough. Oh, what a waste. They've just lost all of them. Okay, they lost 5 for no reason.
5 or all of them?
Well, 5 for no reason. If they'd have gone in, they would have done no damage.
But
there's no anti-air. There's no anti-air. Down go 2 shellers. That's a nice little investment of metal going down. Come in at the engineers. Destroy the fabbers. Destroy the fabbers. Oh, the fabbers are going down. T2 fabbers are going down. All those shellers just went down. Oh, that was huge. That was huge. Down go the air factories. I would actually concentrate on the air factories right now. Like, really slow them down in the air game could help.
There's no commander in that base either, so that base is actually distinctly lacking AA. There's 2 spinners and 1, 2, 3 air factories producing units. That is it. Maybe 4 spinners now, but that is it.
Getting a little bit overextended here. They lost a lot of their bombers against these fighters coming in. They've now lost everything. Yeah, they've lost everything now. But they destroyed a lot of mechs. They've done a lot of harassment. They destroyed a lot of the build power as well, which is always a nice little win. So still a nice win, but now they have to catch up in the air game because they've lost a lot of what they had. Oh, they have a lot of fighters. They're actually fine in the air game right now.
Oh my goodness, this commander here making good headway actually now, taking down these walls, and the sheller support as well is really going to start paying off. The catapult man as well, it's just like
yeah, their catapult I don't think was a good choice. I don't know why they built that.
For the lols. This commander, he wants those mechs, and he's going to claim those mechs.
I mean, there's some units coming in here. They can't do anything, though. There's not even enough to take on the commander. Not with pelters and shellers and walls. So that commander's pretty secure. There's not many. Oh, what are they doing? What are they going for?
They killed the Fabber.
They killed the Fabber.
The T2 Fabber's gone. But they now have 1 bomber left in that group.
Yeah. All bombers on these factories though, because they have a lot of fighters left over. But a lot of T2 going up. Wow.
They still aren't using
the eco right now. the eco right now.
Yeah,
520 to 470. They have somehow managed to take the lead.
And now they're using the T2 factory. Ah, this is good. This is good news.
Right. So unfortunately on the moon they haven't actually been building very much. There's that factory's remained idle almost the whole game. That's a pity. They could have been building up a little bit more on the moon. I think that would have helped.
Well,
Counter raiding.
Just focusing more on the eco on the moon.
Air counter raiding now coming in on Hot Sausage. Only 2 bombers though, which is going to be very slow to take down mechs, and that's going to give more than enough time for the fighters to get over here. Pretty even. If they group up the fighters though, whoever does the best micro in this air confrontation is going to come out happier. Down goes one of those bombers. Grouping up the fighters, going to do full retreat for Pag. I think that's the right choice. They're not grouped up. They're now a little bit more grouped up.
Oh wow. I think that's worse for Promethean. They want to leg it away from that.
They still got the best out of that confrontation for sure, but they're now outnumbered. They need to regroup, and we see bombers and fighters still being built from that right side base.
Indeed, and here
Commander goes into a full-on retreat here. It looks like the sheller pressure actually coming in from that T2 factory has forced that commander to retreat.
Yeah, a wise choice, I think. But the Pag players now got an orbital launcher up.
Okay.
I think that's going to produce a very real and present danger to Promethean on the moon, considering they've really not got very much defense. Yeah. And they don't have radar over there either. They do have deep space radar, but that's it. They don't have any ground-based radar or anything. So if a teleporter gets up and they just happen to miss the fabricator that pops into orbit, and they're going to lose a lot of that mechs.
Yeah, you're right. They haven't built up anything in all of this time. And of course, there's so many units and T2 and nasty aggressive stuff now that can be sent through that they don't actually own that moon at all. All they do is get the income from those medals. That entire moon can be taken at any point by Pag.
Sorry, there was just a massive air confrontation, and Promethean lost all of their fighters.
Oh dear. All
of them, but they have a lot of bombers now. All they need to do is find that commander out in the open.
There's a lot of fighters from Pag right now, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But if the bombers just skirt
around
Where are the bombers? They're all above the commander. There's so many. You just need to skirt around.
Oh, they're hidden right above the commander. With the fighters, There's fighters in there.
Goodness, but that commander down south is so out in the open for a bomber snipe. He is screaming for someone to bomber snipe him. Meanwhile, there's actually a teleporter going up just to the west of that position as well.
Oh yeah, nice teleporter. I like this a lot. The shellers here, I think, is something we haven't mentioned. We really need to focus on. They're doing great work. They're taking out the pelters, which is a one good defense, and the shellers there can't defend against them. If they take care of this base, I think this is a nice bit of map control to win and some extra medal to get as well.
And now they've just seen that the commander is no longer in that base, says the ping. He's no longer there. Yeah. This is an interesting situation, because if they manage to scout, they can snipe the commander, but they're not doing it. They're not doing the scouting.
I don't think they can.
But dogs. Dogs moving in, they might catch vision if they move their group northwards around that volcano. But instead, I think they're coming south.
In. And all they have to stop them are shellers. Now... Oh, the shellers. Oh, if you change directions with docks, the shellers legit cannot hit you. Oh, what are they doing? That was horribly executed.
That was, surprise attack gone. However, oh my goodness, just further west though. Oh wow, tanks and more tanks fighting. Oh wow.
Big confrontation happening. Inferno's coming in, beginning to tank now. Oh, the tanks aren't kiting. They aren't kiting. Don't let the Infernos get too close. So those Infernos tanked a lot of damage. It doesn't matter because they're outnumbered though. But more reinforcements coming in from both sides. This is a really big ground war. And it seems like Promethean is taking a small lead. They've managed to get more wins, trying to move ahead with their shellers. They lost a lot of their shellers and coming under fire from pelters. So they do have to be very careful with their micro there. But they are beginning to get a bit of ground. They still have a slight lead in terms of eco.
Look at that radar just popped up there in the middle of Pag's territory.
That is a beautifully placed radar. That is really exceptional placement. That's some incredibly useful intel.
That teleporter is not going to get up if the interceptors are paying attention.
For the love of God, I hope that. Oh, they can't see it, Marshall. It's literally in a blind spot. Look at their point of view. They can't see a thing. As
they don't have radar coverage.
As if they have no radar and no vision of this. They can see it now. They can see it now. Goodness me. Coming in at the main base, however, this is bad news bears for Pag. Their units are not in the right position. They've lost a couple of T1 power gens. T2 power mechs coming under a bit of pressure. This is putting them further and further ahead in terms of eco for Promethean. They're going to lose these units as they get a bit of a pincer movement, but we'll see what extra damage they can do. Currently leading 1060 to 760 medal, so a really healthy medal lead right now.
Yeah, but it looks as though Promethean... Where did all of Promethean's air go? It seems to have disappeared somewhere.
Is it still hiding above the commander?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's hiding over this commander now.
I don't know, I don't think that's the
There's
same
a lot
amount.
of... There's some fighters there, not a huge amount maybe.
And meanwhile, teleporter spotted on the moon.
Okay. And it has been spotted, yes. Teleporter over here already been activated to send some units through. T2 Air Factory is up on the moon. So putting in some work there, but still very insecure. And Pag here aren't using their teleporter. It's always very important once you get the teleporter up, use it immediately, you know?
Oh my goodness, they are investing so many units in that teleporter on the moon now. That's a huge investment, where those units, I feel, could have been better spent on hot sausage.
Well, at the moment, I think they have map control and they've been calling the shots on the lava planet. So, making sure that they still control Buns, I think, is the right move. As they move into... They're moving into late game now.
Oh, the bomber's moving over the flak.
Oh
they're
no.
going to do that. And into the interceptors.
And into the fighters, wow.
Oh, God,
Wow.
no. Oh, there goes the air game for Promethean.
Wow.
Oh, golly winkles.
And just over to the left was a crap ton of anti-air. If they'd have flown over that anti-air, they may have lost the units, but they would have destroyed every single fighter as well. And bombers here trying to come in against these units, but getting absolutely crushed by the anti-air and the forces there. Forced to retreat here for Promethean as a counter-attack comes in.
Oh.
Game gets paused. So we're going to see a temporary pause. Now this is really dangerous for Promethean. Have you seen the amount of shellers in this group?
Oh, wow. That's ridiculous.
There's 20 shellers there. 20 shellers. That is a huge amount.
They are kind of grouped, though, and there are shellers defending, so if the defenders get some good shots off, the AoE splash...
A couple of sheller shots in the right way could kill almost all of them. A couple of T1 bombers in the right position could kill almost all of them. But that's not necessarily likely to happen. And as you mentioned, the amount of investment they've had sending far too many units over to the moon. They do have all those units there now, currently getting hit a little bit actually by these anchors. But they now have a lot less units on this lava planet. If we look at the army tab, it looks like he's reconnecting now. If we look at the army tab, 600 to 500, they're not hugely far ahead. They have a small lead, but they definitely have less units on the lava planet right now.
The other thing that's going on is they've got up a few anchors on the moon. That is Pag have. So they've got a little beachhead there.
Yeah, and they really need to get in there with some umbrellas and stop that, because having these anchors in what it should be your airspace is really, it's not a good thing. It's very awkward, and you want to be able to stop that as soon as possible.
I'm not sure if you've also noticed, but we've had quite a large use of mines from
Yeah,
Promethean.
I think too much. Like, I'm not sure how much they cost actually these days, but that seems like a bit of an investment. I'm sure they could have made it a bit thinner or spread it out a bit more. Maybe.
No, but it completely seals that choke.
Or can they see it though?
You can only see them
Pag
with
don't
combat
have
fabbers.
vision. Pag don't have vision.
You can only see them with combat fabbers.
Right, right. That's a good change for sure.
So your combat fabbers act as a mine scout or mine sweeper, as well as a mine placer. Oh, the interceptors are going to fly over the flak again!
Oh, more teleporters coming out on Buns. So teleporter comes out and they've activated and units are being sent through. So they can now contest
and
this.
the fabricator, T2 fabricator is on the moon.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Really contesting. Engineers are coming out there trying to build an umbrella. They're too late though.
Oh dear.
Oh, the umbrella gets finished. It can't take it down in time though. They're in
Take it
trouble.
down.
Okay, attacks happening on the lava planet here. We'll keep an eye on the moon as we see it now contested. But of course, because they sent those units over to the moon, they're now pretty sparse on the lava planet. And I wouldn't be surprised if Promethean really invest everything in the lava planet right now. Although I guess they might want to defend the moon. They probably will, but they have a good chance to win ground on the lava planet, which is kind of more important. Oh, the
Lots
bombs!
of shellers.
So many shellers went down!
Oh.
They suicided into all those anti-air, but that was entirely cost-effective.
PAG have so many interceptors. It is
Great work.
unreal how many
Coming through that
interceptors.
teleporter, they sent a lot more aggressive units, shellers and tanks in the mix rather than just docks. It takes them a little longer to get here, but they're going to be able to do a lot of damage, forcing a retreat out of these units. If they keep moving forwards rather than standing here, they can do a whole lot of damage before any defense can come in. And there's still a lot of fighters actually for Promethean on the lava planet, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually in pretty good shape to defend in the air zone right now.
And there's also an orbital fabricator above that base who might be wanting to put up an anchor or two. Oh, that could be a real nuisance.
It could be. Definitely. I'd like to see them do something with that. They're building a teleporter? No, they're now building an anchor just here.
There we go, yeah. Oh, the fighters.
Oh, getting hit by shellers so hard just here. Holy, they lose all of their units to shellers in the end. Big air fight, as you say, happening over those T2 factories.
That was good for Promethean there, because all of those fighters were on an area patrol, so they weren't really bunched up at all. So Promethean was able to absolutely dominate in that one.
They're still near the flak here, still flying over flak.
God.
And at the moment... Okay, that was a really bad confrontation. Two very bad confrontations. Those units that just pinged there, they came through, they got hit by shellers, and they got hit by pelters, so they had a very unfavourable confrontation. The units that came through here did do some damage, but they got hit really hard by shellers again. So they lost a lot of units. If we look at the army tab right now, wow, 1,000 to 500. PAG has seemingly stopped producing units, and Promethean has not stopped at all. They've really been going for... Oh wow, okay. I didn't even see these lines of factories. Look at the docks.
Here come the docks.
At this stage, I would consider going boombots.
I don't think so yet. I don't think they'd ever get even close enough to comm sniping. But then again, having said that,
what is going to stop them? Marshall,
tanks.
What is going to stop boombots? There is nothing to stop boombots. All they have are shellers. Shellers are too slow. They have very few tanks in the mix to stop boombots, I think.
I personally believe the PAG still have air superiority to an extent.
Okay.
The bombers will shred. But this second assault here could do damage.
Coming in,
all
counter sheller fire coming in. Got to be very careful. It's all about the shellers in this confrontation. PAG need to retreat. Their fire is coming in, destroying a lot of the T1 tanks that are coming through. I'd like to move the shellers forwards for Promethean here, because at the moment all they're doing is attacking some of the factories and not actually getting rid of the shellers. Oh no! The teleporter from behind.
Oh, that is beautiful movements there. The
and that is
now completely caught out.
Yeah.
He is gone. I don't think they can scramble air defences.
Over on the moon, trying to build up some resources from PAG, but being run over by more units coming in from Promethean. They have so many units. They've built a ton of bot factories. They're just trying to overwhelm with sheer numbers of those cheap-ass docks.
Oh, the power lines on Hot Sausage are being bombed. Oh my goodness me. And this commander fleeing for dear life.
Wow, there are units just all over the place. The sim is beginning to slow to a crawl. Big air fights happening. Just basically trying to exchange units here because you both have so many. And going to be a fairly... Oh, it's not even at all. Promethean has a huge advantage. I don't know why that worked out so well in favour of Promethean.
No, it hasn't.
Okay. That was a weird confrontation.
Get good at calling confrontations.
What? Promethean got a lot of kills.
But they didn't come out on top.
Because they had less. They still got a good confrontation out of it. More. It looked like they had more. It did. Oh, fuck you. Marshall. One pass Marshall. Okay, shellers take care of the last of the units coming in here, but still more units coming in through the teleporter. I think they're going to come through a lot slower now. The big bulk of them did already come through. Yeah. No, we've got another bulk of units coming through. Are they coming through from the moon right now? Because The moon has taken a bit of a battering.
Well, the moon has got so many docks factories, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they've got quite a bit of T2 income now there, hence their eco, 1400 and 100k.
Yeah, doubling the eco right now. Looking back at the army tab again, still 1,000 forces compared to 400. Very difficult situation for Pag here. Of course, we are in a 2v2, so snipes are way more viable.
Yes. This group of forces here, moving in on the commander there. There is still a sheller. I'm not sure quite how long he's going to survive. Commander taking a pounding and a vanguard. Oh, he took out a big blob there. And more vanguards. Oh, wow.
Commander from Pag down to 65% after he was chased by units through that teleporter there. He's in snipe territory with these bombers. Oh, they're going to fly right over anti-air. Rip those bombers.
It's not very much AA.
There's quite a bit. They're going for the commander though. Oh, Marshall, you didn't call it.
Pass.
You were going to call one pass.
I said no. I was going to call multi, sir.
You said two. Multi-pass, right? Right. Don't even commit to a two-pass. Just go multi-pass.
Well, it's either one pass or it's more than one pass, and more than one pass is multi-pass, is it not? So how was I wrong? Explain that to me, Zaphod. How was I wrong?
Because multi-pass just means anything over one rather than committing to... hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone, Marshall. Hold the phone. Back the truck up. Those units here. We see Kestrels in the mix with some T1 bombers. They're looking for the snipes.
There's not enough Kestrels there. There's not enough Kestrels.
That's one pass, Marshall. That's one pass. That's one pass Kestrels incoming.
Kestrels don't pass, Zaphod. Learn your PA.
I've never seen this many docks factories coming out from players before. It's working though.
Yeah, it really is. It's giving up that sustained firepower while also bulking up the backbone that is the vehicles. So it's really fleshing out and adding the cannon fodder to what would otherwise be the hard-hitting units.
And they're using up all their eco as well. Once you get over above 1,000 metal, it can be difficult to actually spend all of your income, and that can help, I think. They've also got anti-nukes up to keep it safe, and a nuke now being built. Anti-nukes also up in the other base as well. Important to be having them, particularly at this stage of the game, 30 minutes in. Big confrontation about to occur here as both teams move into a confrontation.
Oh, blimey, I think that's quite a few forces from both sides and lots of shellers actually, but they're on the front lines for Pag, so they'll be taking more shots earlier on.
Yep, the moon has been completely won back over by Promethean, so they're not in any worries on the moon right now.
And they've got Phoenix in there as well, and Phoenix are good against hummingbirds.
So many arcing shots from these shellers, and oh wow, a lot of orange is getting vaporized here, but the sheller shots are going to come in from orange as well. Are they going to start landing on... Oh, Pag,
oh dear.
no.
Pag comes out on top.
Oh, getting a couple of the shots in, but pretty heavily in favour of Pag there, wasn't it?
In come the bombers. In come the bombers.
A lot of bombers. There's a lot coming. Here they are.
Oh dear. And they're not even going to bother targeting anything. They're just going to do a flyby.
Yep. It's quicker to do a flyby. Drop your bombs as you go over, and then come up for a hashtag multipass.
Yes. Although, yeah, now the teleporter's getting activated, they needed some units coming over there, because those vanguards, there's a lot of vanguards in there.
Yeah. You got to stop those vanguards before they get close, because they are actually getting close right now, and this is dangerous.
Oh, and they're taking out the docks as well. You don't want to get the docks too close to the vanguards, because of course the Uber cannons with the AoE. Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, vanguards getting close. Still got a couple of vanguards in the mix, trying to chase from behind now, but a lot of those units already gone. And vanguards really seem to be leading the way, getting much farther than perhaps anticipated from Promethean. A whole load of air units come in. Doesn't look like there's many bombers in the mix though. Is there enough?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, there's some bombers coming in from behind now.
I'm surprised Promethean have still got such a high bomber interceptor ratio, considering they have such dominance over the air game right now. I think they can.
Oh, look all these docks coming through the teleporter there. And they're going to come in from the bottom side. Oh, they're too close! Why are they too close?
God, no.
Horrible. Horrible positioning and placement. I think they can afford to do stuff like this because they are so far ahead, but I really feel they could have...
Taking too many liberties will leave you out in the cold.
They lost more docks than they needed to. The Bombers probably could have got 3 wins. But beginning to run over all over the place now as...
Oh, and yeah. Taking out all the T2 fabbers there in that forward staging post. They've seen where their troubles lie and they're going to go and deal with it, which is really good for them to do. Oh, the Phoenix are coming from the moon now. This is what I anticipated, and they're going to help even more with the air game, so we'll probably see a big change up into Bombers in a big way now.
And that's a lot as well. You're right. So all they need now is T1 Bombers, because they've got assisting on that T2 air factory as well, so a lot of very powerful T2 air fighters are going to be coming in, and they now just need those Bombers. And I think at this stage, even like the flak, they can just go through sheer weight of numbers and overwhelm the flak and just
but they don't really need to kill that flak there. It's only got 2 mechs. And a weird thing. I mean, you may as well win the game.
It's some map control, but what's the point? Right now, it's more important to go for the bases and go for the infrastructure and take them out before they pull off a sneaky snipe, which is exactly what they're doing right here. T1 Bombers and Kestrels.
That's going to be nasty.
And they haven't invested in fighters. I think they know they're too far behind in the air game. So
look at this commander here. He is sniperable, sir.
He is. He has one anti... Oh, he has some T2
and the nuke is ready.
T2 air fighters are right there. He's actually a lot safer than it looks.
I just got an alert saying nuclear missile is ready, but the nuke wasn't ready.
It's nearly ready. Up at 86% right now.
Dodgy notifications. GGWP calls Matisse.
Yeah. What happened to their air snipe? Oh no, they haven't tried it yet. I think they're going to try their air snipe. It wouldn't be much point in not trying it, because obviously they've lost the ground. Oh no, they're going to concede. Okay.
Those.
There we go. GG's.
Let's get both teams in here.
Hello guys.
Hello there, Patar and Killander. How was that?
Amazing. Fuck yeah. Since the last Clan Wars match we had against Voices of War and the round didn't go that well, this was actually pretty damn nice. Still.
Good stuff. I think you did pretty well. It was very even for, I think, the first half, up to around 15 minutes in, and then you started taking a little bit of a lead.
Yeah. I'm not actually sure. We sent over a sneaky Faber over to the moon to just grab the eco there, and I'm not sure. That just gave us like 25 uncontested mechs. That's always nice to have. But then I think we used portals really well. We tried to invade here and there, and yeah, I think it finally paid off.
It was quite a trade-off though, going for that relatively early orbital, because you sacrificed T2 eco, whereas they rushed the T2 eco instead and paid off earlier.
Yeah, true. So I think the eco game was though quite even. Just checking the chronogram quite quickly.
Yeah. I mean, so still even about 16 minutes in.
Yeah. And then when we actually went for tier 2 eco, we got the advantage, I guess.
Yeah, around 17 minutes.
Still, yeah, I'm happy. Fear the Swedish duo.
Are you alright, Patar?
Yeah.
Does your butt hurt?
They did a really great job at harassing our expansions, I think.
No, so yeah.
I also like all the mines that you built. I don't think it actually came into play in this game, but I think as like a backup, if they got units in, that really would have saved your bacon.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was mostly Jonas and his base building mines. I didn't actually touch mines. I was more interested in getting more units out, but yeah, I think mines and a bit of walls are just a good combo in case you get a big force approaching you. And then, yeah.
You also invested in a lot of bots. More bot factories than I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, that was me. I don't know, I really like the docks. It's just nice to have like a big clump that you can just send quickly through a portal, do some quick raiding, and then...
Yeah, their speed is very nice, isn't it? When you just want to grab them, send them somewhere, and you know they're going to be there in no time.
Yeah, and then the fact that you can just, if you get a portal up, you can push through a large amount faster than you can push through tanks at least. So, yeah, I don't know. And then simply we were floating eco, and I'm like, oh, build more something. Factories, okay, docks, whatever, works.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, I was saying that it's hard to spend all your eco, and as long as you're spending on something, I think that's good. And you just, pumped out big lines of factories and kept the pressure on.
Yeah, so not too much thought there, just went well.
So, Patar, we are on your home system next.
Yeah, it's. I'm afraid we fuck up again. That would be bad.
No, it would be great. It would be great. You can let me and Jonas win. We don't mind.
I'm not into shape today. It's a bit.
Did you forget leg day?
What did you say?
Forget leg day.
I don't know.
Never forget leg day. Oh.
So are you confident though, going into your next game? Or are you unconfident? Has this rattled you?
A bit.
Oh yeah.
We will try our best now to at least win this game. If I'm not sure, I think if we had won both games, we had tied with the first place. So that's not gonna happen now.
Sorry about that. We aim to. Well.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
We didn't mean to. Just happened.
However, PAG do now have the king playing on their side as Matisse trains out for Eladane.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Well,
good luck with that.
Well, we beat some PAG members already. Maybe we can do it again. Who knows?